Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you a game with 3 brilliant moves. I'm playing black, and it starts off with the Sicilian defense French variation. And now the king is checked. And we trade the bishops. Then we get checked, so the bishop blocks. Because you cannot block with the queen obviously, and you cannot block with the knight obviously. I mean, no one would play that. So instead I block with the bishop. The queen attacks the bishop. If you castle, you lose your bishop. So I protect the bishop with my knight. Knight comes to attack the queen. So we take it. Queen takes, and then we castle, which is a brilliant move. You cannot take the bishop now because rook here. And if you take, you just get back ranked mate. And your queen is pinned to back rank mate. So basically white's gonna lose their queen. And this is also a castle brilliant, by the way. So my opponent doesn't take it. He plays h3 for some reason, maybe to give the king a square on h2. Rook comes to line up to the queen, and then the rook trades itself. And the problem for white is that their bishop, knight, and rook are not developed. It would be much better for them to play d4, which is the best move to strike in the center immediately. Even here, d4 is the best move. Here, d4 is still the best move. Like, almost every time, d4 was the best move. But now we get the first brilliant of the game. Then we threaten mate in 1, because the bishop is controlling the h2 square. So he goes king here. It was more accurate to go queen here, but king went here to stop mate. But here comes brilliant number 2 after the castling brilliant. If you take the knight with the queen, you get mated because the rook is protecting the queen. If you take with the pawn, then queen here, and the queen is the grim reaper of the white position. And even if you run here, you get mated in style because of the rook. Queen is the grim reaper of the position, and bishop is the hidden sniper because the bishop is protecting the queen. So, you could run away with the king, but the rook is controlling the e file, and you lose your queen, and mate will be coming on the very next move. So here he plays g3, the best move, and knight still attacked, and you could play this one with this move, which is a good move, but I could promise you that I checked with the engine, and it was also a brilliant move on a stronger engine. Instead, I sacrificed the bishop, which is also a brilliant, because it's not just sacrificing the bishop, it's still sacrificing the knight. In this case, if you sacrifice the knight, it's mate. And in this case, if you take the knight like this, which happened in the game, you're gonna get pinned. Your pawn's gonna get pinned. We want to checkmate you. If queen defends the pawn, then the rook comes in the position. And if you're wondering what if the bishop gets captured, then queen here check. And the rook is controlling the e file, so the king will have to run. And you can mate it. So in this position, he takes the knight and queen f6. Queen f6 was the best tactic in this position, but you had to sacrifice the bishop to get queen f6. After pawn here, this is just gonna be mate, but instead this is gonna be mate in like not many moves. Like you can run your king and you get mated. If you don't run your king, you're gonna get mated even faster. Mate in 1. So instead of that, I played rook here check, which will lead to mate. Nevertheless, if the king moves, we just take the queen and mate will be coming. He took with the queen and I checked him. Because now the queen is still hanging. If you go here, you just get mated in 1. And he resigned. My opponent resigned after queen takes f3. But this is what would happen if he didn't resign. I would take the queen, give a check, give another check, give another check, and this is mate. Also, this is mate.